difference between Doterra's oils and the one that you can, if you buy Doterra's lavender or the one that you could buy at the skin?
Great question. So essential oils that you can buy on a shelf are allowed to say 100% pure or organic oils only even if they only have 5% essential oil in them.
Welcome to Momcast, where we talk about everything mom. And today we're going to share a little bit about Doterra's essential oils. And we have Mati here as a wellness advocate, and she's going to share some exciting things about Doterra's oils. So, Mati, just to start off, I had a lot of moms that had a lot of questions, and they were quite skeptical. And I was one of those moms. And here I am using all the oils and I love it. So if I can start off to think like, when did you start? How did you start and why did you start using the oils?
Yeah, morning, hello everybody. And it's a great privilege for me to be here because one of the biggest and greatest passions in my life has become sharing about essential oils with moms like yourself and people like me who had no knowledge of oils. So my journey with Doterra started about almost 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I wasn't looking for natural solutions. I didn't grow up that way. I was used to over-the-counter solutions. And I prayed. That's literally how Doterra was sent on my pathway. And for a business actually. And something, because my prayer was, God, you know my heart. What is it that I'm supposed to do? You know who I am. I love to work with people. I want to do something that I can be passionate about and make an income. And in that journey, God really literally sent Doterra on my pathway. And it's almost 5 years now. And where I'm sitting right now, I will not ever one day not have essential oils in my house. It's changed the way that I look at healthcare. It's changed the way that I look at anything in my household. If it's emotional, physical, we have an oil for that. And I'm extremely blessed and grateful for Doterra and for oils.
And if you could share a bit about how does the oils work? Because a lot of moms don't understand the physical part, but how does it work in your body? How does it make an impact?
Yeah, that's a great question. But before I go to that question, if I'm allowed to say, I would love to share where essential oils come from.
Please, yes.
Because I think people have got I don't know about you, I had a very weird thought pattern about where essential oils are, or for who they are meant to be. I thought, they're meant to be in a salon where you go for a massage, and of course it is used in that pattern. But essential oils, even in the biblical and ancient times, was used for so much more. Essential oils are from plants. It's from the reeds and the leaves and it's actually called the blood of the plant that protects the plant. And the wonderful thing about essential oils is that they are 100% natural. Well, not all of them, unfortunately, and they have a lot of health benefits to them. And even in the ancient and the biblical days, when the 3 wise men took gifts to Jesus, 2 of those gifts was essential oils.
That actually, we always knew it, but if you say like that, then we never thought about it like the gift that they actually gave their savior was oils. That must have been in that time, it must have been a massive gift to give. So to think, if they think that is a precious gift, then it's quite amazing to know that.
Yeah, so 3 of the gifts was gold, frankincense and myrrh. And frankincense and myrrh, we hear these words, we see it, we understand it. And I think when I realized this is where that penny dropped for me. That I knew that I had no idea what essential oils are. I had no idea how valuable God deemed these, that they would actually give this to the King of Kings.
Yeah.
And in the ancient days, the tomb raiders would go in and leave the gold and steal frankincense.
Sure.
That's how valuable. And if you read up on frankincense, there are more scientific research and medical research about frankincense than probably any other oil. It's actually called the king of oils.
Okay.
It's got so many health benefits. And so where I'm now, I realize, and there's one thing that if I could change anything about my journey with essential oils, if there's anything that I wish I had, is essential oils, Doterra specifically, when my babies, my big boys, I've got 2 teenage boys, when they were babies,
Yeah.
because it has changed the way I'm able to help them. It's changed the way, it's a tool in my hand, and that is, so for the skeptical moms, I really don't mind, because I was also one of them. I didn't know essential oils is going to change the way I look at healthcare and my health in so many ways. And God has put these amazing products out there and for us to use to have a benefit in our life, to have something that is natural, without side effects, without anything else but getting the benefit from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now to your answer of how this oils works. So essential oils are absolutely powerful. They are potent, and specifically Doterra, and I'll get into why I choose only Doterra, and I trust Doterra as the brand for my household. But essential oils is these small little particles that we get to experience, and we can use them in 3 different ways. Not all of them, of course, in the same way, but we could use them internally. And yes, you can use most of our oils internally. I know you've experienced that yourself. Then we can use them topically, and we'll use them topically, for instance, if I have a stomach that's not feeling well, I'm going to rub Zengest oil on that. Or if I have a knee that's sore, I'm going to take out my deep blue to support that. And then, of course, aromatically. And I'd love to get into aromatic as well.
So, if I can ask, because I know there's a lot of moms that have asked me this before, what is the difference between Doterra's oils and the one that you can, if you buy Doterra's lavender, or the one that you could buy at Skin?
Great question. I love that question. And if you don't know oils, you would assume that all oils are the same.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in essential oil world, that is just not the same.
Yeah.
So essential oils that you can buy on a shelf are allowed to say 100% pure or organic oils, even if they only have 5% essential oil in them. And then you turn that same bottle around and you read, do not use internally, not safe for children, not safe for animals, do not put undiluted onto your skin, with all those added extra, protections, but it's 100% pure. So the problem is it is filled with a lot of synthetic fillers. It isn't regulated, so anybody can go and harvest their own oils, put whatever they want in, and as long as there's 5% essential oil in,
then
no
they
problem.
can say it's organic.
Yeah. So the difference is with Doterra, and this is the name, right? Doterra, which means gift of the earth. Now, Doterra is the largest essential oil company in the world. They are in about 140 plus countries worldwide. They've got millions of customers. They are about 5 years in South Africa, and they are also the most tested essential oils. Now, Anke, you are a mom of 2 boys. You don't want to use anything, especially with your boys, that you don't know you can trust, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing about Doterra. They are absolutely one of the most amazing companies. You can go and take this little code at the bottom of the bottle and put it into source2you.com and go and see number 1 where they source their oils from. And that is a beautiful story. I'd love to even, sometime dive deep in where they source their oils from, how they uplift those communities and what they do. And then the testing that they do on each batch of oils. And then after all of that's done, you have certificates that prove what is in this bottle. And it's not just by Doterra scientists, but it's also by a third party that has confirmed what is in this bottle is 100%. So then when I have this bottle in my hand, I can trust what's in this bottle.
Yeah.
It's 100% pure. They don't add anything, they don't take anything away. So we only get the benefits, not any of the side effects.
Sure. And each bottle has, you use the drops.
Yes.
And then you can use it topically in a humidifier or internally.
Yeah, so let me quickly explain if we use the oil. So how we use the oils is per drop, like you say. And that is also where the affordability actually really comes in very good, because sometimes people will say, but this lavender costs so much, but I can buy this bottle for much cheaper on a shelf.
Yeah.
Number one, we just heard why you can't trust that. But because this oil is so potent and so pure, this one drop is extremely potent, and it's more than enough. And especially, and we're going to dive into babies, so if we are using the oils on a baby, we can definitely use the oils on babies, but very, very diluted. So this is lavender. We're going to talk a little bit about other oils, but lavender is one of the most amazing oils. It's called actually the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, because it's got so many uses. It's when you can share, please, how you use this amazing oil with your family, because I know you do.
And I know lavender is such an amazing thing for me that I use, because like you said, it's one oil, but I can use it for so many different things. I've used, every night I use it in my humidifiers for my children. I use it when they get burnt, or like there's so many uses, and that's what you're going to talk about. But I love lavender, and I would definitely suggest that, as even if someone just wants to get one or two oils, that lavender must definitely be one of them, especially with babies.
For sure.
And young children. So yeah, I would definitely recommend lavender for a start as well.
Definitely. So my advice to any mom that is, listening to this video and thinking, do I really need essential oils? Do they really work? Is just take that little leap. And like Bianca says, even if you just take a lavender and a brief and you start small and you say, I'm going to experience this, try this out with all the skepticism that I have. This oils will make the way that you handle your babies, your day, it will just give you an added tool in your hands. Lavender is one of the most amazing oils. We use it to support us for better sleep, skin related issues. I love to apply lavender neat, just like that, on any insect bite. It is phenomenal how amazing that works. Like you said, sunburn, hay fever, to support anything with the nose like stuffy, I would just rub the lavender over the nose. Anxious feelings, to support it with that. There are so many different ways. And because Doterra's oils are so potent, our doses is really 1 or 2 drops. So in a diffuser, you would put 1 or 2 drops depending on the size of your room. You can add more, that's your taste, but you really don't have to. And also, if I'm going to make a roller bottle for a little baby that maybe is going through some teething, they may be getting their teeth, and I want to give them a support, I'm going to use lavender and copaiba, and I'll put 1 or 2 drops, depending on the size of the child, in a 10 milliliter bottle like this, which is a roller bottle. So if you hear us talking about rollers, and I'm going to put copaiba 2 drops, and then I fill it up with a carrier oil. Now the carrier oil, what it does not take away from the strength or the potency of the oil, but it does help to dilute it, that it's not causing any sensitivity to the skin, and it helps to spread and even to absorb into the skin. So now I can take this roller for easy application, and I've literally used 2 drops or maybe 5 drops from my lavender in this 10 ml bottle, and this lasts quite a long time. And I know your first experience was.
the first roller that I made was the sinus one because my boys also, both of them have allergies, and you gave me like a little recipe of lavender and breathe and lemon for the slime, and that I put it under their nose just to clear up their noses, or on their throat, especially even with me, if I have like a sinus drip during the night, I would just quickly roll it so my throat doesn't hurt that much in the morning. So, and the nice thing about the roller for me as well is if you just use the drop from lavender, it's difficult to spread it like you said. With the roller bottle, it's easily spread and you can use it in a wider area, if you can say it like that.
For sure.
So that's, and saying that, one of the moms actually asked that can children get allergic reactions to any oils or have not?
Well, of course, in some sense. So my question is yes and no, because any person, all of us differ, right? None of us are the same. And you might love lavender, and another person might say, I don't like lavender, or I prefer serenity. But in my experience, I've not had anybody had that, but somebody might have a more sensitive skin, then I would just say dilute more. But in my experience, I've never had, anybody had any reaction to it.
And that's amazing because you also said about the babies that you can just use 1 or 2 drops in a roller bottle. But to be honest, there was a few times where I couldn't find. I had 2 sinus roller bottles, one for my husband and I, one for the children. And in these times I can't find the children, so I just use ours, and I just put 1 roll and not a few like I used to. So I've used my rollers that had like 6 to 8 drops per oil in on my toddler, and it's just sometimes the peppermint, which is quite strong, and then he doesn't like minty stuff. So then but I always say it's just like medicine. He didn't have a choice. If he wants an open nose, I'm gonna roll it on his nose. But like for now, I've learned that, like I said, he doesn't, the mint, even mint stuff to eat, he doesn't like. So I just put 1 drop of peppermint in his, where with us I can put like 6 in. So I think also with each child you're going to learn what are they sensitive to. Sensitive in the sense of doesn't like the smell, because like you said, everyone is different. Some people not going to like some smells of the oil, so you're going to learn which ones work for your children as well. And like I said, my children didn't have any reaction, even if I used the roller that had 6 drops of the oil in, where I used one with 2 oils. So and now I sometimes get lazy to make that. I just use 1 for all of us. So it works for all of us. So that's what was amazing for me, to see that I can use it for my children and for us.
And remember, for animals, that's the most amazing. Many of our oils we use on our animals as well. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that is.
So we do have a kiddies range, and we said we'll talk about that. But that's why I love, like this is a 15 ml bottle, and you also get them in a smaller, like a 5 ml like this.
And how many drops are in each bottle?
Yeah, great question. So the 15 ml has got 250 drops, and the 5 ml has got 85 drops. Now, when I speak with somebody who have used essential oils in their life, like they grew up, they were very much more holistic. Once they experience Doterra, they are blown away, because this is really just something else. I mean, peppermint, let's talk about peppermint that you says your boy is so highly sensitive for. 1 drop of our peppermint oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea.
Sure.
That's how strong and potent it is. So because of that, a bottle like this have got so many uses. And if you've got babies, yours is going to last a long time. Because you're going to take, like we said, 1 or 2, 3 drops, you're going to put it in your roller. And
Yeah.
with your carrier oil, this will probably last you, depending on how much you use it. If you are like me, I color myself in with it. It might last you 1 or 2 months, but it really just depends on what it is. And then the wonderful thing is, except for the fact that you are really literally using a drop. Now, I'm going to give you an idea what a drop costs. So a bottle like this is about 495 Rand. If you divide that by the 250 drops, it's 1 Rand, I think 98 cents. It's less than 2 Rand. So if I've put in here maybe 2 or 3 drops, the affordability then actually changes in your mind, and you realize, but wait, this isn't so expensive, and this very same oil I can use for so many things. I can use it for my baby when they are maybe fuzzy and they don't want to go to sleep. You can put this on for sleep. For skin issues, it's really excellent for anything skin. It's one of the most amazing oils. But let's say somebody in the house likes to cleanse on their teeth when they go to sleep at night. This is such a great roller to roll on the
That is something I don't know. It's good to know, because I just went to the dentist a few days ago and he said I am clenching, that's why I have inflammation. So I am definitely going to use that.
Do your lavender at night. It's going to be really phenomenal. You can just roll that on. It's amazing, and it's a phenomenal oil.
And we were talking about babies. So all the oils, like you said, are safe for babies. We can just dilute it. I know I started using the oils when I was still pregnant with my second boy, and when he was born, my older boy was a bit snotty and had a lot of mucus and stuff. And then I didn't not want him to be part of like holding his brother and everything, but I was so scared that the newborn is going to get sick. So I made a roller bottle with, I think it was frankincense, tea tree, and on guard, and I think it was like 1 or 2 drops of each in a 10 ml. And then every time I changed my newborn's diaper, I would roll on his feet and a little bit on his chest, and he didn't get sick at all. And like I said, my toddler were in his face, kissing him, and so that was an awesome testimony for me to see that he didn't get sick, and I didn't have to keep him away, and he could feel part of the whole newborn phase.
That's special.
So yeah, because that was one of the big questions about babies, is it safe? So that's amazing to know that we can use all the oils with our babies, and it's safe. And if I can maybe give a little testimony, when I was breastfeeding my second born, I got mastitis, and I don't know, I could get it if even because my breast wasn't hard. I just thought your breast needs to be really hard and that's when you have it. But there was one milk duct that were clogged, and it was over a weekend, and I remember I felt so bad. I had a lot of my whole body was sore. It was like being sick, but I couldn't imagine that could make you so sick. So I really felt horrible that weekend, but I knew I could only go to the doctor on Monday. And I called the nurse at the baby clinic, and she said, no, the only way to get rid of it is by getting antibiotics, and I still need to breastfeed and keep on, and I maybe try to massage to just release a little bit of tension till Monday, and drink pain medication. And I remember searching, like, okay, I have this oil, so what can I use, even if it's just till Monday, to relieve some pain? And they said that I must rub the lavender on my breast and rub it in where the duct is clogged. And I remember, like, every 2 to 3 hours I would rub it on, and I would try to massage it out, and I would drink some of the other oils for a little bit of like the inflammation, and by Monday I was fine. I didn't use antibiotics at all for that, and that was such amazing, because I mean the sister at the clinic said there's no way that I can get rid of it without antibiotics. So yeah, that's an amazing testimony for me that really helped.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I just put a drop of lavender and I rubbed it like every few hours that I could remember. So yeah, that's an amazing testimony that I would always tell moms, especially with us in this phase of having babies and having small children. And with talking about pregnancy, a lot of moms ask what oils would you suggest for pregnancy. If I can maybe say like the main things like nausea, constipation, maybe pain because you get a lot of back pain, or so what would you suggest for pregnant moms?
Yeah, that's a great question as well. So what I love about these, well, that they are so virtual. I'm looking for the right word. But I'm getting to the word. I'm going to get there now. But they have got versatile. There you go. They are so versatile that they have so many different uses. And the wonderful thing is, as you are experiencing the oils, you will get to explore them. But there's never a time that you are going to have to do this all by yourself. Because number one, there is a community of moms out there that are using essential oils and are thinking to themselves, like, what did I do before I had oils? Or what would I do without these oils? There's no way that I can do that. So there's so many resources and people that you can go and follow. There's a lady that I love to follow. So for new moms, go and have a look at the Essential Midwife on Facebook and Instagram. She's phenomenal. And she shares lots of great tips. And then we have a community where you can tap in and say, I want to know what are the oils that I want to use, like you say. So lavender is your go-to. Look, I'm going to quickly just show this. So this is our home essentials set. That has got like your top 10 oils, and you also have a family essentials kit that's got your top 10 oils. And this I would probably say is your new oily medicine cabinet. This becomes your kit that you keep on hand by, and I would say everybody needs all of these oils.
Yeah.
But if you are looking at maybe just starting small with a couple of things, lavender would be always a go-to because it's got so many different uses. It's going to be great for you and for baby, for relaxation. You can put it in the bath water. You can rub it on their skins with a little bit of cream, plain cream. You're going to have less toxins in your house. You have to detox a bit. So having a natural, lavender like that. Breathe would be a absolutely phenomenal oil. Breathe is a combination of oils. This is one of my most amazing oils. I myself had lots of issues with my lungs, battled for a very long time, and then as I started to use the oils, had great experiences, testimonials, and learned how Breathe was really great to support, the whole breathe, my lungs and all of that. So this is our respiratory blend, and it's a combination of oils. It's got peppermint in and eucalyptus and laurel leaf, and you know it as well.
Yeah, it's one of my main
I
keep in the house.
Yeah, so diluted, of course, if you want to put it topically on, but if you want to think of something like a rub or something that you used to put on your baby, chest, back, this is the oil that you want to do. Diluted for sure because it is a little bit strong. Great for putting on the chest, underneath the feet. We also want to put because it pulls up, nicely into the body. It's a good place to put that as well. The back, and you can even drop a drop on the pillow or on a cloth next to where the baby is sleeping.
That's actually what I am. If my boys are waking up with clogged noses, then I still have the humidifier with the Breathe and the lavender in. But these last few nights I've put a drop in Daniel, my younger son's crib, because when he wakes up to drink his bottle, then his nose, then he can't drink and breathe at the same time. So it's quite a difficult situation. So, and then I would just put a drop where his face would be in the crib, and he hasn't struggled with a clogged nose.
Yeah, and the wonderful thing is, and I'm going to come back to this, remember this is 100% natural. So what is so nice about this is you as a mom don't have to worry that there's toxins involved. We trust the things that's on a shelf easily. Now if you are still using baby powder, I hope nobody on here is, but if you are, just go on Google and see about baby powder, how bad that is for lungs and for all of that. There's found asbestos traces in baby powder. So they've actually taken off the shelf many of the companies' baby powder. And we trust the things that we take from a shelf and we say this is it. But I want to tell you it's not that easy.
Yeah.
If you want to take care, you want to make sure that the things that you put in. So 100% pure, it's easy to use. You can use this with a steamer, and then although this is not for the babies, but maybe your baby's snoring, but if somebody in your house is maybe making some noises at night when they sleep, this is an amazing oil to put over the nose, rub it in. For the adults especially, you can put it just like this, and it's really good to get a good night's rest. So breathe definitely. And then frankincense. I think frankincense is an oil that every household needs. It is more expensive oil, that's why sometimes it works if you buy it in a kit. But there's a reason that they give this as a gift. It is extremely wonderful for cell support for your body. If we take it internally, which we do, I also put it on topically in my skincare because it's really great. It's great for the brain support, and there is no reason you don't want frankincense. It's just phenomenal.
I remember when, like I said, when I was still pregnant with Daniel, I told you that I got a little bit of postnatal depression with my first son, and I asked what oils can I use so that I can avoid that. And I started using, like, the last few weeks, maybe every day or every second day, I just put one drop of frankincense under my tongue, leading up to the birth, and then afterwards as well, because I remember you saying that it's an amazing thing, antidepressant, and I think that's an amazing thing to know for pregnant moms, because that's a lot of, I think we don't always realize how many moms struggle with depression or anxiety and stress after the birth. And it's not that, it's sometimes really just chemicals. It's not that it's just emotions. It's that your body went through so much, so it's normal to feel all those stuff.
Sure.
And that was an amazing thing for me with the frankincense, because with Daniel, I didn't get anxiety or depression at all. And yeah, so that's one thing that really helped with my pregnancy, and even after the pregnancy, to get rid of that stress and depression. And like I said, I started doing it before, so I didn't wait until I get it and then started using the oils. I basically prevented it, and yeah, that's an amazing thing, or testimony with frankincense for me. Yeah,
I think something that's important, and this is something that I learned, as I've journeyed onto my essential oil journey for the last 5 years, is that healthcare is self-care. You need to be empowered by taking care of your own health, and it's like you said, there's a preventative or a phase where we are reactive, and reactive is, you've got a headache or something and you want to put something on, and that's that phase. But the pre-workout of, I know that this is the stuff that my body needs, and like yourself, you know the things that you went through, and having something that is safe for you and for your baby, because you started to use that internally. And I remember, this was your biggest concern. Is this safe for me? Is this safe for my baby? Because, and you can relate to this. As a mom, you can have the most amazing day ahead of you. Maybe your work, your business is like blooming, your friendships is great, your marriage, everything is fine, and you wake up and your child is sick. Like, there goes your whole day. Nothing has worked. Like, I just want my baby to be healthy, or if you see them struggling emotionally. Now, there is a place in this world for over the counter. There is a place. But what I've now seen in almost 5 years is that there's so much that you and I can do before we have to go the chemical route that unfortunately has got all the side effects. And the strangest thing, people think that people that are in the medical field love using over the counter. Most of them don't. Most of them don't have that in their house. And again, I say there is a place for that. It's very important. I'm not saying never ever going to use that. But in my almost 5 years, I've seen how far we can come without having that. And having this amazing tool that can help you support with your emotional state and your physical state. And for your babies, I think it's just phenomenal.
That is, and like, it's great to know that while you're pregnant, you can use the oils and it's safe. Because I know I was also, the oil that I also love to use was Zengest for being constipated. And even with nausea, because I remember you said that peppermint helps with nausea, but obviously peppermint also takes away breast milk, so if you want to stop breastfeeding, you can use that. So I didn't drink peppermint before while I was pregnant, but I did use the drop in my hand and breathing it in. That really helped with nauseous, being nauseous or having a headache. I would rub it on my sleep and I would breathe it in. That really helped for headaches during pregnancy and nausea. And the Zengest, I took that internally for constipation, because that, you said that is the what blend? Digestive blend. So that was a great oil for me to use with constipation before and after pregnancy, and with being nauseous as well.
Yeah, I love Zengest. Zengest is probably, this is my number one personal life-changing oil. Brief is the second one, but I have all of these oils are my favorites. I can't choose. But Zengest is a phenomenal blend. It's a blend that has got ginger, peppermint, fennel, aniseed, all of the things that we know is good for gut. That's just how it is. And the gut influences everything. If your gut isn't right, they call this the second brain, right? Your gut influences your emotional state, your skin many times come from the gut, and most people have got a gut issue problem somewhere. And this amazing oil is so awesome because it supports us both sides of the spectrum. If you are, battling with constipation, but also if you are battling with maybe an overactive stomach, cramps, all of that, we drink this oil, like you said, or a little bit of water underneath your tongue. For babies, there isn't a better oil. Like one drop of this in a 10 milliliter is going to be your best buddy and support that you're going to use when your baby are feeding before the time to help them with all of that. You roll it on, and I can't tell you how many moms' life has changed with this oil that they were able to support. And then, like you say, for nausea, for all of that, to have a support system like the peppermint and the Zengest. And I forgot, you also asked about pain, but we'll get into that one now.
Yes. No, so I think that was Zengest is also a great one for me. And to know that because I am what do you call it? Chronically constipated. So that really helped me. I really enjoyed using that. And like you said, now with Zengest, you can even use it with babies that have colic to help ease, or if they have reflux to just help and support that. So that that's a good thing, because I think a lot of moms want something that could help with that, because it's really not a nice experience if your baby has colic or reflux, and you don't want to use all these medicines, because it is also sometimes just a phase that's a bad, but if we can just have something that can support them.
For sure.
So yeah.
And what I love about it, again, it's natural. There's no side effects, and when you start using essential oils for your baby and your family like this, you'll never go, without essential oils.
Yeah.
I have this little bag that is called my essential oil, I don't know, emergency bag. And I was joking this week, I had an online class, and I said, if you find me in town somewhere and you don't find my oils on me, like, call 911, I've been kidnapped. So somebody took me without my oils, because I go everywhere with them.
Yeah.
And having the solutions, it's just been, life-changing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into pain. I just want to mention there's 2 or 3 oils that's not, for instance, in the Home Essentials kit, that I believe for a mom with a new baby and pregnancy is extremely important, and something that they can put on their wish list. One would be balance.
Yes.
Balance. It's amazing. I know one of my friends and one of my customers, she used to use the oils all the time. She loved them. Her mom uses them, the whole family. And then she got pregnant with her first baby, and her baby is now 3 months old. And the other day, because we are in a business group together, and she stood up and she was so emotional, it made me emotional, and she said, Marty, I don't know how I would have been a mom without having these oils. And she said, balance and lavender have just changed our life. My baby is so calm, relaxed. My baby is like feet in the air already, like laying there ready, waiting for these rollers. And it's made her be such a calm, confident mom, because she knows when this is happening, she knows what oils to use on the baby. And well, that made me emotional and very jealous, because I didn't have these oils when I was around babies. But balance is an amazing oil. It's our grounding blend, so it really helps with fuzziness and supports with like just over active, or maybe just not like it. That's a phenomenal oil. I'm sure you also use it.
I started using balance when I was looking for something that would help with my toddler's tantrums. That phase between 1.5 and 2 years is where they quite have some tantrums, and there was also the time where I gave birth to my second born, so that was a tough time for my toddler.
For sure.
And one of the recipes that I got for tantrum was wild orange and balance. And I remember I used to, when he was like lying on the floor screaming, I would lift up his shirt, roll on his back, roll on his neck, and leave him. And it felt like, even though he's still, it doesn't mean he's never gonna get tantrums, or he's just immediately there and then gonna stop crying. That's not what I'm saying. But it did feel like it calmed him down. And also, it felt like afterwards, after the tantrum, he would be a bit more receptive and calm and loving, if I can say, like, because sometimes after they don't want anything to do with you. So I started using that, and now even I use balance sometimes at night if I felt like they had a really sensory overload day, then I would put it in the diffuser to calm their minds, because sometimes it feels like, especially my toddler, it felt like if he had a really sensory overload day, he would not have, it's all not like nightmares, but he would speak or hum, or it's not like he's not calm while he's sleeping. And then I would put balance in the diffuser just to help calm their minds. And even the other day, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my Daniel, my younger one. He was just crying for no reason. I couldn't figure out, was his stomach sore or was he just overtired? And then I also told Donnie, my husband, I told him, go get balance, and I rubbed balance on his sleep, and just because then I was like, okay, if it's sensual, I'm just gonna try and calm him down. If it's something else, I'm gonna try everything. And yeah, I also felt like that really helps with when sensory overload with little kids.
Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, balance is also something that I
And it's good for you and me as well, because even if we are looking for oils for our babies, let's just be honest, if the mom is also, you know, maybe you just cranky, or you just don't, if you just have a lot on your shoulders, you're just tired. And if you use balance on yourself, the wonderful thing is I can use balance on myself, I can still breastfeed my baby, I don't have to worry that I'm putting something on me that's going to be harmful for them, and it's actually going to benefit all of us, because when you and I are healthy, our children are easier, healthier, and that's just the truth of it. And I just love balance. I'm a better mom because of balance.
Yeah, so if we can, I think the last thing that I want to focus on, that a lot of moms had questions about, was allergies. So obviously you said Breathe is an amazing product to use for the whole respiratory system, and lavender as well, because that is also with with clogged nose and stuffy, just being stuffy, that
For sure.
lavender is. So I think lavender and Breathe is, and I think you gave me like also a little recipe for it. You put lemon with as well, because lemon helps with
breaking down all the mucus and
and tea tree as well for the bacteria. So I think, because a lot of moms ask what can they put, because they go and buy lavender on the shelf, and that's the one thing that the diffusers, there was a time where I started with diffusers and I stopped, and I realized I can't, with my boys, I just can't go without the diffusers. Like even if it's just to make the air a bit, so, because like I said, they get stuffy noses, and that really helped with all the allergies, and I think I still have to give them some allergy medicines, but it's really decreased in they haven't gotten that sick after I started using some of the oils. And like I said, it's been such an amazing journey for me, and I still keep learning. And I think also the last question I also want to ask is eucalyptus, because a lot of moms said sometimes they heard that eucalyptus is a good thing, but you said that there is eucalyptus in the Breathe. Yes. So that would be the main thing to get for now is Breathe.
Yeah. So quickly, just before we forgot, because we didn't, but I think we'll do this in the second one. We're going to talk about Deep Blue, but Deep Blue is the most amazing. You get the oil, you get the rub, you get all of them for in your pregnancy, your lower back, all of that, the pain. It's just the most amazing support that you'll give your body. And the wonderful thing is that it's for sure diluted for your toddlers, for your husband. You're gonna battle to get the Deep Blue away from your husband. It's just amazing. There are a lot of solutions. I didn't say this, and I'd like to say this quickly. So there's the 3 ways that we use the oils. When we are inhaling the oils, and there's a reason why we diffuse or inhale. So if we are inhaling, just put your hands like this again.
You actually put some oils to calm it down before the video, so I can still smell it.
So what happens is, this is your olfactory nerve. So when we are inhaling the oils, so if you see an essential oiler, you'll see us like this. And you inhale, it goes into your olfactory to your limbic system, which is part of controlling our emotions. So having a diffuser, of course, can be very awesome, like you said, to make the air smell nice. It's also going to be really great if you put something like Breathe in to support the respiratory system. And if you put in something like On Guard, which is boosting and supporting our immune system, it's going to help with that, because it's not just smelling nice, it's that olfactory. Now, the best way to think about this is if somebody goes for an operation, they say, okay, put your hands over, put the mask on, and then they say, count backwards, 10, 9, 8, 7 seconds, right, you're out. And that's how strong, this is how God's created our body. So aromatherapy, or using a diffuser, it's not really this weird Eastern thing that I thought it was. It's actually how God helped us to either get the benefits from inhaling something, like an amazing essential oil like frankincense or lavender when I'm overwhelmed, to support myself, breathe to help support my lungs, because within seconds, it takes 20 seconds for oils to be in our brain, it takes 2 minutes for oils to be in our bloodstream, and 20 minutes later it's affected every part of our body. And when we are putting in our diffuser something that we've bought that is unfortunately filled with toxins, we are inhaling them. And we all know this: asbestos, poisoning, smelling poison, wearing the mask not to get it in. But the same is for the benefit. If you are putting something in that you trust, you're going to get that benefit. So I do like eucalyptus a lot, but again, my favorite is Breathe, because it supports so many different things. And it's a combination. And it's a combination. It's a wonderful oil. You can use it in the shower. If you make a shower steamer, you can use it in a bath. You can use it in a steamer and in the diffuser. So for allergies and supporting in that, I would definitely recommend that. We do have those 4 oils, which is lavender, lemon, peppermint, and tea tree. That works really good. For adults, you can take it internally to support with, that time, seasonal allergies and all of that. You can also do a roller bottle, like this is called my sinus support roller, where you will roll this, like you've said already, over the sinus areas. And this is something that they can carry with them wherever they go. And then the other way, of course, is in the diffuser. But one of the most important things for me for respiratory support is literally that drop. So even if your baby is small and you just have it there and you hold it over your baby, it's going to help them inhale this. And that is some of my favorite ways to use it. What is so amazing about essential oils? So what you said is, so our body is made up of cells, and I think that is one of the most amazing things about essential oils. And around those cells you have an oily membrane. And when many times over-the-counter watery-based things cannot penetrate into the cell, essential oil goes into the cell, and it actually works on the inside, in the inside of the cell. So an oil like tea tree, which is very, very good for, and I'll share with you a video that you can share on maybe your podcast, Mom, and it's where a doctor explains how tea tree and oregano works together, because oregano is like nature's antibiotic, and it protects, it has a lot of benefits, where tea tree goes, beforehand, and it breaks out all of these things, and then oregano can go. And that is why an oil like Zengest that works for constipation, and it helps with, diarrhea, the same oil, right? Because it goes into that oily membrane, go and work on a cellular level, and restores the balance in the body. And it helps the body actually heals itself, because that's how God made us. And again, this is God's medicine, right? It comes from the plants. It's so natural, and you will never, ever, ever regret starting to use essential oils. It empowers you as a mom, and again, it's an extra added tool that you now have in your hands to take care of your loved ones.
Thank you so much, Marty, for coming and tell us a little bit more. We definitely have another video that's gonna, maybe we can talk more about the essential home kit, and some of the kiddies oils as well, and the kiddies range. But we're gonna definitely go in deeper in the next video. And I really believe that this is something that could change your life as a mom. If you are pregnant, if you have toddlers, if you have teenagers even, it's like Marty said, she started a bit late and she wished she could start. We are privileged to know about the oils while being pregnant, having small kids in the house. And I'm really excited for this journey. And if you have any more questions, or you want to find out more about the oils, you can just contact Marty. She's gonna avail herself for you, and we're gonna try and have some workshops for moms. So if you have questions, or if you are interested in some of the oils, even if you start with 1 or 2 oils, please contact Marty. She's gonna help you, and I believe it's going to make a huge impact in your life and in your children's life. Hi, if this video meant something to you today, or you could relate to what we said, please like and subscribe for some amazing content coming. And if there's a mom out there that you know that needs to hear something we said, please share this video, and let's get some love out there to all moms.